around. Tim Andrews in the 79. We mentioned already, though, lucky dog went to Brendan Gaughan, so we've got 15 on the lead lap. And Kyle Busch, with the choice, decided to go on the high side as he brings him out of turn number 4. It is Busch, Logano, Edwards, Keselowski, and Sorensen.
Well, he's in control of where to start that, so you can make probably either side work.
Boy, Sorensen and Wallace almost had some contact. Also keep an eye on Ryan Newman. He's looking a little racy back there as well.
And these restarts are always exciting for these guys. See, there's Ryan Newman racing with Brian Scott in the 11.
Don't forget, Ryan Newman finished second here to Kyle Busch in the May race. That was his first Nationwide Series start of the season.
Carl Edwards working over Joey Logano for second.
Yeah, and Kevin Harvick trying to take that 4th spot away from Brad Keselowski is able to do that.
And Harvick, remember, he was much further back, but has slowly pecked his way back up here. And he is right behind Logano, who has been passed by Carl Edwards. And right before we had the caution, Andy, you were noticing, and so were you, DJ, about how good Carl was looking.
Yeah, you know, I said at the beginning of the show that Carl Edwards looked good in practice in the short run. Actually, the long runs where he really looked good, because at the end of that one, he had actually run down Kyle Busch by more than about 3 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, guys, right now Kyle owns this track. 1.1 seconds. There's the lead already as we've gone back to green flag racing. In fact, Joe Gibbs Racing has led all 78 laps so far, 4 by Logano, the other 74 by that man in the number 18. And the 2 JGR cars led all but 3 laps here in May. Whoa, Darnell almost became our second caution.
Well, you just have to be careful. You get up on that high side. We talk about it. We can see you can carry some speed. And once you start exiting that corner, you got to get down. That's not where there's a grip.
The reason he's running so hard is he was racing Allgaier for that lucky dog spot should the caution come out.
Allgaier in 16th now, and here's how it happened.
Yeah, you can see he's up there just where it's still a little gray. Rubber build up out there. Actually, the marbles get up there, and there's just no grip whatsoever. He made a nice save.
Let's check in now on the 98 of Paul Menard, the 66 of Stephen Wallace. Stephen's had close quarter racing since the drop of the green flag. This is for 7th, and right behind there you see the 38 of Jason Leffler as well. Here comes Menard taking a look on the inside.
Now, Stephen knows from his racing and trying to make passes here already today that it's going to be a tough act for somebody to go to the inside and make that pass on him. So he's willing to give a little bit of that space, see if he can hold off Paul Menard here.
Menard's got a fender on him. Now, side by side, they go into the corner. Can he clear him? Stephen runs up a little higher, and he's going to surrender the spot.
He might be battling his handling a little bit right now.
All right, let's check back in on the 99. What kind of tire report do you have for us, Jamie Little?
Well, not a good one. The 99 of Trevor Bayne apparently had some contact. We're not sure who went yet. It definitely wasn't the 66. He said he felt like he had a tire going down. Yeah, do you see that tire run there he had? So he came in not once, but twice, 2 pit stops to get it all fixed. They said they think he's pretty good now, and he's running 13th.
He dodged the bullet right there, that caution coming out.
Yeah, if the 7 hadn't have blown a tire, he was getting ready to.
He's going past Eric Darnell right now. Darnell, 17th position, the second car, 1 lap down. We're getting word from NASCAR that the 04 of Jeremy Clements is being posted, that he has a stuck vent open. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, that's a fuel vent where it's got a little valve in there that keeps that fuel from sloshing out of there when it's completely full. And if it sticks open, it'll actually leak out of there, almost siphon out by the air going by.
And we should also report, we didn't get this out, Michael Annett had a pass-through penalty. He was too fast exiting. That dropped him back. He is running 15th right now. So that's the reason why he dropped back. In fact, he is the last car on the lead lap right now as Kyle Busch is turning it into another one of the Kyle Busch days. He's leading by 1.4 here at Dover.
Saturday for the first weekend of fall in Delaware's capital city, and Kyle Busch has been steaming right along on the Monster Mile. As we approach halfway in today's NASCAR Nationwide Series race, Kyle has been out in front for all but 4 of this race's laps. Here's our 5-hour energy rapid recap. It was Joey Logano leading the first 4 laps. Other than that, it's all KB.
KB's been flying after Kyle Busch. He's working the top side of that racetrack. You see that, how he passed Joey Logano. But Kyle's been able to run on the bottom, the middle, the top. He's really got a good handle on the car right now.
Not been a great day for Danica. She started back in 42nd after being 12th in final practice, and then a little while ago, lap 70, the race really went wrong.
Yeah, I was trying to use this as a learning experience opportunity today, and had a poor qualifying effort and blew a right front tire there, bringing out the caution. Tough day for Danica. Hopefully they can get back out and run some laps, get a little experience.
Back in the pack, while Kyle Busch has done a lot of dominating, we've seen some pretty hard racing.
Oh, yeah, I tell you, there's 4 cars right there. Ryan Newman and Jason Luffer, Steve Wallace, Trevor Bain battling back and forth. Little bumper contact there. Hey, I didn't like what you did. I'll give you a little break here. Those guys have been roughing each other up, but they've settled in now.
On the lead lap right now, there are 15 cars. The race has only been led by 2 different drivers. Only been 1 caution so far for 4 laps. The monster's been kind of tame for most so far today, Vince, but not for one.
Well, certainly was a difficult go for Danica Patrick, as you see her team working feverishly on her car. Spent a lot of time up above the groove, really leaning on that right front. You heard her talk about the vibration that she was experiencing. Spoke with crew chief Tony Erie Jr. just a moment ago. He said, we'd like to get it repaired enough to get her back out and get some laps. That's why the team is working so hard. Danica says she'll wait until after the team determines whether or not they are going to return before talking to the media. So right now, working on the car, trying to get Danica into 7 back out, Marty.
All right, thank you, Vince. As you see, Kyle Busch putting or I should say, Kenny Wallace another lap down. Kenny running 29th position right now, and that'll put him 3 down. Look at 13th, 14th, and 15th. You got Brendan Gaughan, Michael Annett, Brian Scott, all in this mix, and Annett trying to get underneath the 62.
Yeah, Michael Annett's had a very solid day. He was running up around the 12th, 13th spot before that caution came out, and then had the pit road speeding penalty. Had to start at the rear of the back there after his pass through, and so he's tried to make up some ground here. Having a good solid day.
Brendan Gaughan's having one of his best days in quite a while.
Annett chasing that car pretty good, though.
Yeah, if you're still on the lead lap here with the pace that Kyle Busch is setting, you've had a pretty solid run so far.
And Brendan's had DNFs in 3 of his last 7 races. Let's check in on the 6 and the 99. A few sparks coming off of Trevor Bain's car. That is for 11th on the racetrack.
Saw that right front tire off of Trevor Bain's car. Pretty scary looking thing. You know, I don't know what they did to kind of adjustment they made, but if they didn't make an adjustment, they run another long green run, he might be the next one to blow a right front.
Yeah, I can't remember which one of the 2 of you mentioned it, but you gave Jack Roush kudos for sticking with the number 6, Ricky Stenhouse, behind the wheel, especially when he was having all that tough luck in the first half of the year, because in this day and age where it's what have you done for me lately, we see a lot of kids only get a couple of breaks, not that many.
Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse done a nice job. He had a tough time at the start of the year, adjusting to the cars, to the racing, was getting in a lot of accidents, but Jack Roush stuck with him, and he's proved Jack Roush exactly right. They knew this young man had a lot of talent, and he's starting to prove that now, and it's really doing a lot better. Another guy with a lot of talent, Trevor Bain, Jamie.
Well, you guys are talking about the 99 and the problems they had on the right front. Jerry Baxter, his crew chief, just came on the radio and told him, hey, I was over-cambered on the right front. We need to compensate for it. Some more on that. Let's go to the Craftsman Tech Garage with Tim Brewer. Tim, what exactly does that mean, and what can they do to get the car right?
Jamie, it's going to be a really severe change, because what you have to do is loosen up the bolts right here, and what you'd like to do is eliminate about the thickness of these shims right here. And what you're trying to do is actually get the tire off of the inside, the weight off the inside, and transfer that weight. By taking camber out, you're really going to transfer the wear pattern from the inside of the tire over to the right side. But by raising the car up with this wedge bolt, you can also take just a little bit of camber out. But it's going to be hard to do without losing a couple of laps here in Dover.
Thanks for the explanation, Tim. So not the kind of news that Trevor Bain's going to want to hear.
Nothing they can do right now. I mean, let's say have a caution to work on it. I mean, he's likely to be the next victim of a blown tire if they're not careful.
Yeah, one thing you'll have to do as a driver, if you have that information, you can change the way that you drive the car a little bit. You're not going to want to dive it off in the corner quite as hard. Roll it back, back up the corner just a little bit, and then kind of drive the car around the corner. You see Trevor doing that a little bit there. He's carrying more speed right there. Just not put too much wheel in it here as you exit the corner, or you put more load on that right front yet. So the driver can help a little bit because they don't have time to make those changes.
You notice Justin Allgaier sneaking into the picture every now and then. He is the first car one lap down in 16th position. He's trying to get a